Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to the Stay at Home Story Cup Grand Finals. This is, of course, been recommended to me by so many people as one of the best series of the last few weeks. And I only got to see a couple of these games, the latter end of the series, out of the corner of my eye while bleary-eyed, waking up while the tournament was still going and drinking me coffee and kind of eating my breakfast that day. So this was apparently an absolute banger of a series. I haven't seen the early games at all. I have seen the results, but people are saying, dude, you've got to cast this. You've got to get this on YouTube because it's just such a good back and forth series. And I'm not sure if it goes the distance to 5 games, but apparently it was a real hard fought one, and at least some of the games were going very far. Down here in the bottom left side in the blue, it is of course Team Liquid's Clem. And his opponent in the top right, it is Serral. Just one moment, guys. We're very quickly going to check something there. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. And we're back into the game. Okay, okie dokie. So I just realized I had a different frame rate on Windows versus StarCraft, and I was like, this might glitch out. I should probably fix that very quickly. So guys, thank you very much for hanging out there and chilling with us. It is going to be, of course, a big Zerg versus Terran match. And interestingly, this series, I feel like Glittering Ashes has been coming out later, a lot more often. This is my first time noticing this. So for those who don't know, guys, caution, and there's like, look, there's arrows. You can jump down here or jump up here with Reapers. But I never noticed that down in the back of the base, it's like, hey, if you jump off here, you might be a skull. You might be a skull and crossbones. You may die if you jump into the lava on the end of Glittering Ashes. It's not going to go well for you. So it's good to see that the map is a little bit self-aware there, has some awareness of what's going on. There's of course some sort of manufacturing plant where they are smelting all that gold down. And Clem going to come across. He sees the creep. All he needs to know to say it's not a spawning pool first. I can send that Reaper right across the map. Got queens moving around, Zerglings as well. Factory on the way, but no second gas just yet, which means Clem is doing his favorite build, the 3 commands. And I honestly feel like part of Clem's ascendance not only is his skill, his execution, but it's the fact that outside of Bly, I don't know the last time I saw a European Zerg successfully all-in Clem and kill his 3 command center build, right? I've seen people try, and then he just defends it, and he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And that gives him this aura of invincibility where it feels like Clem can always rush that 3rd command center. And with such a low number of Hellions, plus the Reaper, create some chaos, keep his opponent on the back foot, and really cause a lot of havoc. Now, interestingly, Serral's spreading a creep tumor there. Hard for the Reaper to get to, because of course this is a sight blocker. It's a high ground, so we can't see from, say, there to there. But he's spreading to the left with a very noticeable kind of obsession. Now that tells us that Serral's going to take his 4th up to the left side over here. And he's saying, yeah, I don't really need to spread the creep to my 3rd immediately because I'm going to put creep tumors down in front of it. And that's, once it's finished, that's when it's going to get going. He'll still obviously put a tumor down. Oh, if Clem got that tumor, that would have been absolutely sick. But of course, unable to do it. And we are going to see the drone up there as well. Now, we've actually got some notes from chat that this is actually the 2nd series that they played this day. Oh, which means this might have been a best of 7? Is this a best of 7 or a best of 5, chat? Is there a lead for having beaten the other player before? Or no lead in Stay at Home Story Cup? Is there a 1-game lead? Oh, it's actually a best of 3. Oh, this is a best of 3. Oh, okay. So guys, Clem is in the winner bracket, having knocked Serral down to the loser bracket. Oh my god, I did not do my homework on this series. Thankfully, I'm casting it live and there's people. So this is a best of 5. And if Serral wins the best of 5, then he has to win another best of 3. Whereas if Clem just wins the best of 5, he wins the game. And this is because Clem already beat him in the upper bracket. Oh, what a bizarre and interesting format. Oh, okay, so this could be up to 8 games. If Serral can win this best of 5, he's then going to have to win another 2 maps. After, oh my lord. That's an uphill battle against a beast like Clem. He's going to have to string together a lot of maps to do that, but let's see what he can do. Clem here has not really found any purchase. 2 creep tumors only. The split queens are doing fantastically. Banshee works its way down the right side. It's going to get a drone, but it takes a fair bit of damage, already down to half life almost. So yeah, this feels actually kind of okay for Serral. Oh, that spore's not done, but of course the Banshee doesn't know that. So Clem assumes the spores are finished. He gets 1 more drone. Serral a little slow on the pull. 1 more drone going down. Now back at the front, the queens are very far forward trying to push these Hellions back. How many Zerglings do we have? 22 Zerglings are out. Banshee on the back of the natural. It's going to rotate around. Banshee comes around the left. There's no 4th base yet for Serral. So that does feel a little awkward as the Hellions go for a dive. Oh, good surround on some of these Hellions though. Oh, Clem's in trouble right now. Serral does split some of the Zerglings back as those Hellions dive in. And it looks like he only lost 1 drone there. These are great trades for Serral. 4 drones, 5 Zerglings, but he's really diminished the Hellion force. There's 3 heavily damaged Hellions. But Clem, oh, he gets 2 more drones, gets in, gets out. That queen a little slow to respond. And his Banshee's being a real nuisance. The one in the back of the natural, not finding anything just yet, but it's damaged a few drones. If it can come in there, might be able to finish a few of those weak workers off. He's going for it. Serral right now is going to lose another worker, make it 2 more workers. God, Clem's so good at chipping away with this. Now, the upgrades are a bit ahead for Serral. You can see there, they are at about 70 seconds, only about 50 seconds for Clem. As the Banshee's going to have to back off for now. And Serral is actually going to take this bottom base. That's interesting that his spread is creep to the left so early, when the right seems to be his bigger focus. Like, getting creep all the way down here is probably the more important thing. But so far, not too bad for the Finnish player, as Widow Mine's coming across the map. The factory already pumping out of that reactor Widow Mine. 2nd factory is on the way. 4th command center as well. And the double drop's going to move forward. A Banshee pokes in again. Gets 1 drone, but it almost dies. Double drop on the right. He's going to start to chip away at the creep spread. Hydra Den's already on the way here for Serral. Looks like Serral wants to play that Hydra Bane that Raynor's been doing so well with recently. Oh, Overseer. Where's the transfuses? There we go. Does transfuse that Overseer. Keeps it alive. Good trades for Serral so far. Where are the Banshees? Did they just die? Looks like the one in the back died. This one on the left side, ready to deal with any run-bys on the 3rd. Few Hellions set up there as well. And some Marines cleaning up a few more Zerglings, but being forced to pick up. Serral able to keep his force basically in one big blob, not really being stretched too thin. Nice focus fire for Clem there. Just picking off units a little bit by little bit. But look at this. His upgrade's even further behind now. The 2-2 well on the way. And that armory slowing things down. 4th command center, though, is there. 72 workers for Clem. So he's going to be able to saturate his 3rd very nicely. And he's starting to finally snake his way out on the right side of the map. Mass Marine Mine moving down the right side. He's going to push forward. The drop on the left still rotating there. Trying to be annoying. Chipping away at that creep spread. On the right, Queens are in the open. Oh, he transfused the Overseer, but it was not able to hold its ground. He focuses the Banes down. Uh-oh, Serral's in trouble. Baneling does hit some of those Marines, though. Ooh, great Widow Mine hit. 10 Zerglings. Needs to clean up these Widow Mines, but oh no! Oh, he loses his 5th base as well. Oh, Clem might just have this game in the bag. He's already trading so well. He is all over Serral. Despite the early game looking good for Serral, it feels like Clem now is finding openings. A queen goes down. The Zerglings trickling into their death. The drop on the right side got picked up. He's queued that past. Queens do chase off the rotation. He's going to redrop on the left side, grab another Overlord. The units lost had better than 2-1. That is always what you love as a Terran fan. Marine Mine in the center. He's actually got 3 squads. It looks like these 2 on the right will join forces, as he doesn't want to stretch his APM too thin. Clem's still macroing hard behind this. His 2-2 upgrades are on the way. He's going Drilling Claws. It'll kick in momentarily, as well as +1 vehicle plating for his mines and medevacs. Widow Mines, not going to find much. Ooh, okay, the Marine's going to pick up, pull over to the right side as well. Nope, just going to hide in the dead space. The Hydras, they've got muscular augments, which is their movement speed. They're about to get the range upgrade. It's just started up, I should say. And Still just chipping away, picking away. Clem's going to send a more sizable force to the left. Think he's realized that, look, you've got so many units on the right. This can just be more of a holding pattern over here. Just threaten, but don't really commit. Oh, but Serral's already got burrowed banelings. Mines and Marines walking on forwards on that left side. Serral, he's just trying to hang on right now. It's hard to survive this. Ooh, decent Widow Mine there. Does get 5 Zerglings. And, oh, good spreadies from Serral. Breaks the position. Ah, those banelings not well positioned. He was expecting them to come from the left, but they came from the right. And, oh no, he's losing a lot, Serral. Uh-oh, and there's a double drop in the back at the same time. Oh my god, his units. Oh, Serral actually really effed up his building placement, guys. His units having a funnel between there a few times, slowing him down. On the left side as well, Clem gets the hatch snipe, pulls back. Army on the right, drops on Hydra Bane though. Does lose a few units, but there's no queens up here to cut off the rotate. Ooh, the queen in the spore. Queen does go down. The spore will get some damage on that, but I feel at this point he's down to just 2 queens. Is Serral. He's trying to build 4 more queens. He's trying to make Hydras. He's trying to recover. But Clem, 2 more command centers finishing up. That'll take him to 6 command centers. He's already got... Wait, he doesn't have his extra barracks? Yes, he does. 3 more barracks there. No Ghost Academy just yet, but his upgrades are roaring. He's on 2-2-1. He's getting his +3 attack and his vehicle plating +2. Banelings are going to deflect the left side. Clem has a ton of money in the bank. There's a bit of urgency on Clem to keep trading. He has such a lead right now. If he can just keep trading, he'll be good. And he tries to unload here, but the Ling Bane on top of that, not a good drop for Clem. Quickly does stop that and tries to rotate it to the low ground, but Medevac's going to be going down here. This is not an effective drop. His army on the left will have to do a little bit more, as that is not a good trade. Ooh, oh, he just lost his overseers. Ah, that's painful. Does not want to lose this 5th base again. Oh, the Widow Mine's getting good Baneling hits. But he's chased back for now. Widow Mine drop moving down the right side. We've also got a planetary fortress erecting on that base. Medevacs are going to try and pull back on this left side. Look at that. Medevacs hiding on the right side of the map as well. Widow Mine's doing what they can. We've got a Widow Mine drop moving down the right. Okay, he's going to boost on in. All right, good pull. Serral should be fine. He just stops the unload after just 2 Widow Mines, and he repositions them. Queens don't clean up Widow Mines very quickly, so he's just trying to be as annoying as possible, deny as much mining time as he can. And Widow Mines coming in on this base as well. Look at that, he's going to try and burrow on the drones. Serral, though, paying attention. Very well done. Meanwhile, Bio on the left side. Looks like a Widow Mine might have just killed some of them. Clem's not really able to exert his bank. Serral's making his way towards Hive. And Serral's still got good creep spread in the middle of this map. It feels like Serral's stabilizing. And Clem has run out of steam in the late stage before. Guys, he's building more command centers, so he will have more orbitals. He's not going to fall victim to running out of scans the way he often does versus Lurkers. A bunch of Medevacs fly to their death. Banshee splits off to try and deal. He could get surrounded here. Oh, that's a lot of Zerglings coming in from every side. Oh, he gets a great Widow Mine hit on some of the Lings, and he does escape the clutches of the mass Hydra. Oh no. Guys, Serral's got 27 Hydralisks. I think that's a mistake. I don't know of any time a player wants 27 Hydralisks in their army against Terran Bio. It's way too many, but he's getting +2 attack. He's doing okay. He's actually taking good fights. This may have actually been a conscious choice from Serral. He's adding a Viper and a Lurker Den right now. The Mass Hydra Bane is pushing it back. And we often talk about how Clem does not like adding Mass Command Center. He likes to kill his opponent. But on such a big map, I feel like you need to double down for the longer game, as the unit's loss tab, which was so far ahead for Clem, is turned way back in Serral's favor, to the point where there's only a 3,000 resource gap. Now, for those who are wondering, oh, it's still ahead for Clem. It is, but it should be way further ahead. This sort of game where he's had momentum, he's had control, and in general, you're playing Zerg versus Terran versus Zerg, especially Bio, you're meant to be way more efficient than the Zerg. So Clem he's lost a little bit of that lead. He's adding Ghosts, he's adding +3 armor for his Medevacs and tanks and Ghosts. He's building a few tanks in the mix, not too many, he just likes to get a few. And he's adding just lots of Bio Ghosts. Oh, this is a big attack for Serral, but I think this is a scary area. This high ground, you don't really want to engage there. Too many ledges, too many terrain blockers on this map. That Ghost will go down. The Hydra count is still very hefty, but those Banelings are very inefficient. And the Viper coming out could help here. Maybe get rid of some of these Medevacs. Getting out a few lurkers would be huge. I think Serral's got to start morphing lurkers. He's already got his seismic spines on the way. Adapter Talons will come in after that. I love that he's got a burrowed Zergling down there. He's got 2 Banelings burrowed on the right side as well. Hasn't found a real use for burrowed Banelings just yet. Finally breaking his position is Serral. Clem, look at that. He's blocked on both sides, guys. He's blocked there and he's blocked here. He scans to clear one of them. But Serral creating a bit of a nuisance for himself. And where is the extra orbitals? He loves to make planetaries, but I've talked a lot about how Clem makes far too many planetaries. When the game slows down, he does not make enough orbitals. He makes too many planetaries. That could come to harm him. There's 12 lurkers on the way. Right now, there is only 4 orbitals. There's 4 more command centers. A lot of those should be becoming orbitals. And this is interesting. The lurkers coming forward, they don't have the speed upgrade, but they do have 10 range. Lurker's going to stabilize Serral's position. How does Serral get out of the woods? Well, he's still got a bit of creep on the edges. If he can keep re-spreading creep and start to spread lurkers everywhere, he might be okay. This lurker, though, might get caught. Ooh, whoever notices this first wins that fight. Lurker could do so much damage to just Marines in a clump like that. He's got lots of extra command centers. He's making 1 extra orbital. He'll go to 5. Lurker does go down in the top left. Zerglings are going to run into the Marines, but the Marines are going to get a pretty decent trade before getting out of there. The lurkers really do need that speed upgrade. And look at this. He's found a path through. This lurker's just chilling. I think Serral wants to make him run out of scans, but I think the game's chill enough. That's not going to happen. Not for a long while. You need to do better than this as Serral. Serral's just trying to hang on right now. Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no! 4 or 5 lurkers go down just like that. Good. Widow Mine hits, clearing a lot of the Zerglings. He's just going to pick up and leave. His medevacs need to go get healed. Dude, if that group of medevacs got hit by even 1 more mine, that could have been trouble. He loses all his Marines in the top left. Serral roaming the map with packs of lurkers right now. And you know what? He scans. He clears up that base, does Clem. Oh, Serral tried to dodge it. Wasn't quite able to do it. Oh, more snipes coming down. Overseers do get sniped. Oh, my lord. No, 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 no. Oh, Serral running up a tight choke point with his Ling Bane. Slaughterhouse. Absolute slaughterhouse. Now, the lurkers on the left should be able to do a good job. He's going to try and take out that Widow Mine. He will be able to do so and clear that base. But look, snipes landing on the Hydra Lurker on the right side as well. The Ghost pushing on forward. It's 3-3 versus 2-2-3. The upgrade's not too bad for Serral, but these engagements have just gone so bad for him. Another Lurker runs into the 3rd base. He's denying a base. 2 bases of mining right now. 1 which gets killed. I don't think Clem gives a shit. Clem has a base there. Clem has a base down there. He's got planetaries all over the map. The real killer would be 1 parasitic bomb in the middle of these medevacs, but the Viper's dead. Can you guys imagine 1 parasitic bomb in the middle of that? Oh. 8 medevacs with 1 parasitic bomb. I know I definitely enjoy that. Oh. Okay, Ghost take out some lurkers. The Zerglings not going to be able to do it, and Serral runs out of steam. Clem with the advantage in the early game. Gave up a bit of that momentum, but in the latter stage, Serral unable to find the fights he needs. Clem takes map 1. Oh, right, guys, into game number 2. Clem taking game 1. Very nice late game. It is Clem. In the bottom right side, in the red, this is none other than Ince Esports. Serral. So Serral here is going to be in the bottom right of Curious Minds. Now, this is a map where Terrans absolutely hate these wide open spaces on this map. It is disgusting. Zergs love these wide open areas. You know what Terrans love and Zergs hate, though? The fact that Terran 3rd is going to be there or up here, and then it is not that far before they're on the high ground above your 3rd and 4th. So you've got the advantage of a short rush distance as a Terran. As the Zerg, you've got the advantage of the big wide open areas to engage, the great flanking and run by paths. Who the heck does this favor? My instincts say Clem. My instincts say Clem is actually more favored than Serral here on this map. My instincts also say Serral's going to go for a mass Roach Ravager all-in. Clem is going to take this 3rd, which is the wrong 3rd to take against that. I think this 3rd's much easier to defend against Roach Ravager, though. Once those rocks go down, it's still bloody not easy, is it? Because they can set up a giant arc down here as well. But yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen much Roach Ravager all-ins recently. Obviously, they were the flavor of the minute for a while there. Dark all-inning a lot of people with them. Serral has been, experimenting with it a lot in the last month, but I don't know. The reason I think maybe that prediction's wrong is we've also seen him do it so much in the last month against Clem specifically on ladder, in practice, in tournaments. It's one of those things where the Roach Ravager is not a well-rounded, solid build that transitions cleanly to the next step when your opponent scouts what you're doing, A really solid strategy is one where, like, even if it's got a big attack in it, it's like your opponent sees it and then you just go, oh, it's cool, I'll just go to the next step and macro up. It doesn't work so well with Roach Ravager. So it's an awkward transition into the Lurker game from Roach Hydra. You don't have that Ling Bane mobility or supply effectiveness to deal with drops and the Terran mobility. So I think it's going to be an issue where Clem may have just been so tight and practiced against the Roach Ravager builds that Serral's like, nah, let's not do it. We'll keep our eyes on it either way. Ling speed a bit delayed there. That's uncharacteristic of Serral to forget that so long. And he's left to go on gas. Interesting. Meanwhile, once again, third command center. Zero fear from Clem, guys. Zero fear. He's just like, no, I can always get away with 3 CC. These EU Zerg macro virgins can't stop me, man. They can't do anything. No way, man. Okay, we've got the Reaper over here. And he's going to dance around. See what he can do. And we've got the Reaper there. He's going to try to bounce on in. Still not finding any real damage, right? 1 Zergling, 1 Spore Trick. 25 minerals for the Zergling. Oh. Yeah, 25 minerals for the Zergling and 18 for the Spore Crawler trick. Hellion's starting to come out across this map. Looks like Hellion Banshee is going to be the go. Second gas on the natural. Creep Tumor looks a little exposed, but Reaper's too weak. Can't dive on that. Both players just kind of holding down the fort. Now, Creep once again spreading quite hard to the north, but he's already got Tumors here as well. Serral is normally a guy who wants to take this fourth and double down on it. The problem with this map is, guys, you can't give up bases and expand elsewhere. Because if you lose control of this base, the Terran has a push path above the high ground of there, which is just unbeatable. So you can't really, you've got to control this area. You can't just do it, oh, he took this base, that's fine, I'll transfer workers here, because this base in the corner is also way too far out to defend. It's right up in the corner, it's so droppable, very hard to defend. That being said, I don't know, maybe we will see players take this as the third, break these rocks, and take this as a fourth. Maybe. Maybe. There's some terrain around here with some nice tank and mine areas, like that's blocking you. This area is blocking you. It's interesting to see. I really want to see how this map develops, because I have a feeling within a month, we're going to all be convinced that this is a super unfair map for Zerg or Terran. I don't know which one. I really don't know which one. I think Terran. Maybe it will be balanced. Who knows? Maybe it will. Oh! Oh! Spread your boys. Spread them. Spread them. Spread them. Oh, no, Serral does not want to take a big Hellion volley there, guys. Serral knew if he attacked into that, Clem would have just quickly got a volley off on the clumped Zerglings. Very, very well played there. Banshee's going to pull back on the south side as well. Both players trying to figure out how to get in. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, he was in Spore range. Big misstep from Clem. Oh, he's going to bounce that queen. He's going for the high energy one, but doesn't manage to kill it just yet. Oh, that Banshee almost dies as well. Clem. Oh, he's forgotten his upgrades and he hasn't queued his SCVs back. Clem, hello? Hello? Oh my god, big mistakes from Clem there. Finally, he starts his +1 upgrades, but he's down behind 40 seconds on that. And yeah, he's gonna have to repair that Banshee up. This feels like it's gone pretty well now for Serral. He's like, I've lost 1 scouting overlord and 1 Zergling. And Clem's like, shit, yeah, I gotta do something, dude. He better bring out his stiffest baguette and start beating Serral over the head with it, because the thing is, this is the sort of map, if you give the Zerg a bit of momentum and you let their creep get all the way out beyond this watchtower, it feels really good to engage in these big open spaces as Zerg, right? If they're a little behind, the rush distance is going to kill them. But if they're a little ahead and they can get that creep control out, I think it'll be very good. Oh, he's going to sneak a push down. But where's his medevacs? His medevacs are really far behind. He's trying to boost him to catch up. So he's planning a push on this south side, but the watchtower, Serral sees it. His Baneling nest is just finished. I don't know if even if he bothers. I don't think there's any reason to make Banelings. There's no shields. There's no 1/1s. Clem's going to stim and try to fight the queens. Where are the Zerglings? Oh, lovely flank from Serral. And that is an absolutely crushing hold there. Yeah, Clem pushing forward. His upgrades not all lined up. His shields is 1/1. Still a bit away. He's going to go 4th command center. Clem's kind of like, I got to knuckle down for a longer game. He's caught in the open here. This is a sloppy game for Clem. And Serral, I mean, he's floating a lot of gas, but his economy is just better. More minerals, more gas, 74 workers. He's got to keep respreading this creep down here. Base on the top. Hellions look for a run by. Not going to find it. Zerglings actually denying the redrop potential. And he's still building tanks. So Clem is not going Widow Mines on this map. We've seen people do that before. He's going to add the reactor after. So he'll add Widow Mines in, but it's Marine tank into Widow Mine. So you're trying to really utilize this slower pushing force with the tanks. And I think because he's been so shut down, he's not even going to bring his tanks across the map. He's just leaving them at home for now and saying, these are going to anchor my defensive position. Ooh, okay, Marine's pushing on forward. He's going to see what he can grab. Okay. Creep Tumor's going down. Oh, come on, baby. You can do it, Clem. You can still find... He's up 30 supply. There's a lot of Banelings out, but he's up 30 supply. Oh, this does not seem like a good drop, though. Hellions running on in. The fact those Hellions are still alive is incredibly impressive. I would have lost those by now. A lot of Pro-Terrans would have lost those by now. +2 armor. Did forget to get started momentarily. 2-2 well-timed for Serral, who keeps respreading this creep. He says, you can scan as much as you want. I will immediately respread the creep every single time. Leaves 2 Marines behind to take 2 Banelings. Good trades there. Oh, he's going to tank push the... He's going to multi-prong push with tanks. Oh, those Hellbats got some nice volleys off, but they're very clumped. So if the Banelings hit them in a clump, that could have gone very bad for Clem. Clem in control of this game right now. The Banelings roll forward. Okay. Oh, no. Serral's pushed back right now. His Banelings will get some decent hits. And look at that. Oh, the Widow Mine unburrow. Okay, Clem is causing havoc and destruction. 2 Widow Mines, a pack of Marines, 2 tanks, creating a very annoying position right now. Serral's going to try and push forwards. The Marines coming on out, seeing what they can do. On the top, he's going after that hatchery. He's saying, come and fight into my siege tanks and Widow Mines, buddy. Ah, first Widow Mine, great shot. Second one, though, doubling up on it, ineffective. So a great Widow Mine, a useless Widow Mine. And that Queen gets out of there with just 4 hit points. Counts her lucky stars at that point. And, oh, Widow Mine drop in the mid. Drop the drop, drop the top, drop the bot, drop the top, drop the bot. Widow Mine's up the center. Causing havoc, causing chaos, causing destruction. But overall, no destruction of the Widow Mine drop just yet. It only got 3 drones and a bit of mining time. He gets that Queen. Creep spread pushed back on the north. On the south, it's looking okay. Only a handful of Marines left here, and their job is you need to be a pain in the arse. You need to be a kick to the nads of Serral. Distract, annoy him, keep him occupied. And now, finally, they get a reinforce after a long time deep in enemy territory. He does scan on the bottom side. Serral rolls some Banelings forward. He'd love to split up and get some clumped Widow Mines, but oh, not the best micro from Serral. Drop in the top goes in. Spore Crawler well positioned, though. He's going to tax those medevacs for that one. Oh, barely gets out of there on 7 hit points. Oh, what the hell? Okay, we get the Liberator moving down the right side. Oh, the Spore! Serral's Chad Spore Crawler. Oh my god, it's doing so much. And he defends the south. He gets a medevac there. And he gets the Liberator. This Spore Crawler defending that side like a hero. These flank Spore Crawlers are so important because Clem is such a cheeky bugger with his libs, with his drop rotations. Now, on the downside, as Raynor says, you need to deny Terran bases. You can't just defend all game or you will lose. 4th base is up. 5th base is almost finished. Ghost Academy's on the way. +3 attack, +2 armor, +2 vehicle plating. Clem is getting all of those late game pieces together. Now, Serral's max, he's on 90 workers, but he hasn't actually morphed any lurkers yet as he baits a Widow Mine there. Great spreadies from Serral. Okay, that Widow Mine gets a few Banes. Nothing crazy, nothing game ending just yet. Serral pulls back. He's going to disengage. Says, okay, you can take this territory. split some more of his reinforce from the top down to the bottom side. Lurkers are morphing. They're not ready yet, so he's got to buy time. Clem with a lovely spread. Marauders up front to try and absorb the damage. Zerglings do beat Marauders, but when the Marines come forward, of course, Marines do beat Zerglings. Banelings beat Marines. Queens basically stand there and just take a punch to the chin. The Rocky Balboas of the Zerg vs. Terran arsenal. The Queens are not there to actually knock their opponent out. They're there to beat their opponent's fist with their chin repeatedly and buy a lot of time. You know what? That's a great clearance. The Lurker's not even playing a big part in that. It was all just the Queenling Bane, really. Serral clears this area. He's got to respread his creep. The war of attrition here is if you can clear all the Queens and stop the Zerg respreading tumors because there's too much going on, that's where you start to win as Clem. And Serral, he's forgetting his creep tumors right now. He's so focused on the army. He's also low on overseers. Right now, he has no overseers with this army. One finally comes up. He needs to be clearing those Widow Mines. This base in the bottom left is going up. Drop in the top, once again shut down by Mr. Sporecrawler. Chadicus Maximus, the spore that will deny all of your dirty drops. These Lurkers should be shuffling forwards to reclaim territory, but there's no overseer with him right now. Lurker Spine's missing the Marauder. Do actually hit the Widow Mine, funnily enough. And in the top right, the drone there is going to take a hatchery. Clem will say, oh, a nice, easy snipe. Thank you, mate. Double drop in the south goes through. Of course, they're heavily damaged from that Spore Crawler and everything else that's gone on here. The drop in the top does get that snipe on the hatchery. Serral with a bit of a mistake there. Lurkers. Oh, no! Serral! He doesn't have Adaptive Talons yet. Oh, he's lucky that Clem did not get his snipes and scans off there in time. The drop coming back behind this base. Oh, Clem is so annoying. He's just so active. As Serral, you know, you're trying to just kind of put out all these fires. And Clem here is a little pyromaniac. He's running around, pouring gasoline in all the Zerg's bases. Just fucking lighting fires everywhere, tossing petrol bombs. He's going absolutely mad, man. And it's hard for Serral to keep up. The fact he's got any creep control on his side of the map at all is kind of impressive. This is what we needed to see a bit earlier. Lurker's starting to clear those Widow Mines. You can't let these Widow Mines hang out on your side of the map. Clearing these out methodically, what Serral needs to do. A lot of the Ghosts do survive there, though. An expensive trade for Serral. And the double drop comes back in. But this time, the Lurkers are ready. Oh, Clem pays attention to it in the midst of everything. How does he notice that? Seriously. I think we need to get a drug test on Clem. Seriously. Is he on... He's on some sort of performance-enhancing drugs. Like... He's on Brainium or some shit. It's some sort of brain-enhancing reaction speed, ability to handle 4 fights at once, freakishness. On the other hand, how is Serral still just going toe-to-toe with him? I'm always amazed by Clem, but the fact that Serral has had things that are deep in his territory that he can't really shut down, poking in from all angles constantly, and he's still just like, nope, handling the bottom, handling the top, slowly defending, slowly cleaning it up. The units lost tab surprisingly close in this match as command centers. Ooh, that one does lift off. Planetary does get up. Serral doesn't want to commit to that. He rolls a Bitterling Bane in there. Doesn't really find the money. Can he get these command centers? Oh, that's a bit of an overcommitment. I would have loved to see Serral kill those 2 command centers. As it is, I don't know, undercommitment even, actually. I feel like, yeah, not even an overcommitment, sorry, an undercommitment more than anything. And look at that, the Lurker. Notice he even shift-clicked the Lurker on the SCVs. Beautiful plays by Serral there. But, Liberator. Oh! He says, I can dance all day. It's not just you that can reposition your Liberators, you shithead, Clem. Let's see who wins that dance. Marine drop in the top distracts. And, oh, Clem wins. He tried to unburrow it, but Serral not quick enough. Clem keeping him busy elsewhere. And as Serral, you just wish you could have something in their base. Oh, he loses a Viper, gets a Parasitic Bomb. Does very little. A Parasitic Bomb in the lib as well. You know what? Serral is just going to try and jump on top. If he can bust through and get on top of the Ghosts, it'd be huge. The Ghosts are behind the mineral line, doing a lot of damage to this Ling Bane. He kills it and pulls back. He doesn't get the other command center, though. So you know what? SCVs will repair. It will land. There'll be a new planetary there in about 35-40 seconds. A drop came in from the right side. Apparently, this medevac's trying to find its way home. Random Lurker on the rally point. Okay. Oh, interesting. So I wonder if Serral is thinking about exhausting the scans. We've talked about this a lot. He runs out of scans a ton. In this game, he's got 5 orbitals. I don't think there's any way you exhaust his scans in this game. That Lurker will start to kill these SCVs. And look at that, dodging the lib again. He's happy to play this minigame as Serral. He says, you're not the only one with fast hands, dickhead. Clem says, mate, you're old, you're washed up, you're like 21 years old now. I am youthful and vigorous. You are but an old man, retire already. Serral's like, what the fuck, dude? I know this is esports, but seriously, you think you can beat me? My lurker can dance all day, I can dance all day. This Liberator lurker dance is amazing. But oh my god! Oh, okay, the Widow Mines do defend there. That lurker is still doing damage in the bottom left, still denying riding. This is fantastic. The lurker, the Bio Ghost going up there to the top side of the map. Oh, no, 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 no! And finally, Clem wins the trade there. But still, I think, good damage. Lots of SCVs kind of idling, repairing, and the lurker's coming forward. But Serral's going to maybe lose control of this top side. We'll see how it goes. He's got a lot of Lingbane Viper. Lurker's the thing about busting in. Maybe just goes for this base. Oh, okay, I see what he's going to do. Okay, there's still Widow Mines down here annoyingly. So he's going to put one on those bases just as a distraction. And he's going to run forward. Now, why does he go right on top? Because this way the spines go out the arse of the planetary. They go in the mouth, out the arse. And that does allow the SCV... That means the SCVs can't repair. Lingbane tries to intercept the reinforcing army. Doesn't quite get it. Planetary goes down in the bottom left side. The SCV refugees trying to find their way home. The lurkers up there. Some of them do get hit by Widow Mines. He's trying to jump on the army. Oh, Serral's going for broke. The Viper gets its energy just blasted. There's not enough Hydras to kill the Medivacs. A good hot pickup. Meanwhile, it looks like some Lings ran in on that base. 12 more SCVs do go down, unable to make their way home. Units lost tab looking definitely in the lead for Clem. And on a map like this, where there's no way to take your opponent's bases, even securing the corners is hard for either side. It's going to be hard. Oh, he tried to dodge with the Marine Dance. The Widow Mine, it unburrows, it burrows again, realizing. And another scan and another Widow Mine. And, Serral! Serral can dance all day! His lurkers, it's just going to keep dodging. We got Lingbane Lurker running all over the map. The Job's trying to pick up so many lurkers coming forward. And it looks like finally a Ghost did snipe the lurker in the bottom left. Ling still denying that base. Liberator's just hanging out there, keeping control of the position, but only temporarily. And these Widow Mines are going to have a field day. So the Zerglings decide to camp on top of them. Not the place you want to hang out. For those who don't know, a lot of people think Banelings are light units. Banelings are not light, guys. Banelings are biological. They are not armored. They are not light. They are nothing else. They are just biological. So they take bonus damage from Archons only. Because the Archon is the only unit with bonus to biological. Other than the Spore Crawler. The Spore Crawler as well, but it can't hit Banelings. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. Comment section. Let me know, internet viewers. Whoa! He cleans up again. Serral manages to hang on and defend for now. And... oh, he's going to lose a base. Oh, this seems like a bit of a mistake for Serral. Oh, but he doesn't click it. Clem doesn't click the hatch. And the lurkers are going to come in on the bottom left. Oh, the mass lurker shoves are actually doing a lot of damage. He loses a few lurkers, though. I really think he could have finished that base, but obviously he knew that a bunch of ghosts might be coming. Didn't want to risk that. Lurker's just going to force some more scans to come down. Keep him busy, keep him occupied. Widow Mines will go down there. Nice spreadies. Watch out, there's one more. Oh, that micro. I love that hold position so that it's easier to see which one the line is tracking to. Grab that unit, pull it away to drag the fire away. Okay, Lingbane Hydra Lurker coming up. Serral's going to try and take the bottom left side. Oh, he runs forward with a little clump of lurkers. They actually fall victim to the ghosts. There's a lot of ghosts out here. There's no Widow Mines. There's no Widow Mines. There's nothing to deal with the Lingbane. Except maybe the Planetary Fortress. Parasitic bombs all over the Medivacs. The Banelings smash the Planetary and the SCVs. The Lings go down. But I think you get the Planetary, you get the SCVs. A bunch of Medivacs just fell to Parasitic bombs. As long as you keep your important units alive, you're good. And the 3 Vipers go back to gather energy. The Lurkers and the Hydras pull back. You can replace the Lingbane. Clem feels like he's got a counter push right now. He's up 15 army supply. He gets a snipe on one of the Lurkers. Now, for those who don't know, Lurkers do shoot as far as Ghosts snipe. So Ghosts can snipe, but if they hang around too long, like, they get interrupted by the spikes. So you can get, like, a snipe off pullback, a snipe pullback, that sort of thing. Oh, mass Lingbane Lurker. All the ghosts going down. Those are fake Marines. Those are changelings. Oh, there's Bob. There's Bob, Gary, Bruce, dickhead, asshole, genitals. I don't know. I imagine changelings probably don't actually give realistic names, right? When they rock up. They're like, hey, what are you doing here? And they're like, my name is Mr. And you're like, what the fuck did you just say, dude? I imagine it would be pretty obvious if you actually have a chat with a changeling. Like, I don't know if they're in the lore or in the books, but if you guys could let me know Are they meant to actually be able to speak, or do they just like stand around looking normal and they can't talk? Because I like to imagine they'd be kind of like the Men in Black, classic Men in Black guy in the human costume, the cockroach guy. You know, where they're just, their arms fucking, their heads twisting around and shit awkwardly, and they just look like a corpse in a skin bag or something like that. I can't imagine they're all that convincing. I mean, take a look at this shit. Bloody gross, mate. Bloody gross. Okay, we've got Zergling Hydra Lurker coming on forward. We've got the bio moving on in. Clem right now is dead. And he has been for a little while. He's still trading better than Serral, but Serral has wiped his economy, and that's all you need to do. That's your win condition. Oh, Hero Widowmine joins the swarm. He says, I can see who's winning this battle. Shoots down 2 of his own medevacs. What an absolute legend. Serral says, you're on my side, and I'm even going to give you a battlefield commission. You're going to join the officer ranks of my Zerg. Well done, little Widowmine. GG, well played. Serral ties up the series 1-1. This we do not need delay on, because this here is the StayAtHomeStory Cup Finals. Guys, let's go into game 3. It's Clem in the top right. We've got Serral in the bottom left. And this here is going to be Hardwire. A map which I've seen go pretty drastically in both directions for Terran or Zerg, depending on who's playing. Pretty chill openings. Now, I think that's kind of the thing. I feel like we could probably fast forward the early game until the Reaper of like almost every Serral versus Clem match, right, guys? Just like, and Raynor versus Clem, and I'm like, oh, you know, I think that's kind of they're so predictable in all of that. It is what it is. But anyways, I mean, thinking about how this series has gone so far, Serral hung on very well. It's interesting, though, to see that I think Zergs have realized if they can just keep hanging on, at a certain point, it does freak out. Like, Clem just runs into a wall if you don't freak out, right? I'm trying to, like, process it and think about it, and I'm like, yeah, and if you make... I mean, he can absolutely crush with Ghosts, but it feels like recently the Zergs just seem to be figuring out how to beat the Ghost play. They seem to be figuring out how to fight their way back at that stage of the game and pick their engagements well. And excuse me, burping into my microphone. I keep thinking about it because as the Terran, it does get kind of fragile in some regards, right? You need Widow Mines to deal with the Ling Bane, / enough Marines behind your Marines and Ghosts behind Marauders. And then you need Ghosts to kind of deal with the Lurkers. And you want to multi-prong, and you want to clear creep, and you need enough scans. But like, if your Ghosts get hit by Ling Bane, they can't snipe. So they're just not that good a unit if they're ever getting connected on. But for the Zerg to stop them sniping and to get damage on them like that, they need to run in a ball. And if you're running in a ball up against Ghosts, well, suddenly you're a big target for Widow Mines. But I think we've seen a few times where it's like, suddenly Clem's caught without Widow Mines, and the Ling Bane just jumps on top and ruins him. Or the Lurkers run forward and burrow and get a big volley off before many snipes get off. And suddenly the Terran army is ruined. And it's this real high stakes. It's like the most StarCraft of StarCraft situations, I feel, right? Because StarCraft, what makes StarCraft the RTS it is? Especially StarCraft 2. Literally you blink and then 1,000 things are dead, right? Super high damage, explosive splash damage, massively scaling abilities. You've got tier 1 units that are very effective right through the game, but also very fragile if they're used in even slightly the wrong way. So we're seeing this kind of evolve into a situation where the fights can go south so quickly for either side in that late game. If you run forward with your Lurkers, you don't have any Ling Bane with them. We've seen Serral run in and just get his ass handed to him like in game 1. Vice versa, you run in with the Ling Bane, they don't have the Widow Mines and the Terran army can get wiped. So it's a lot of different pieces working together to make this work. And because they're both multi-pronging a lot, it's easier to kind of force mistakes out of each other. I think the special shout out goes to that hero Lurker harass in the bottom left of the game of the last map from Serral. I think just that little disruption did a lot for him. Now this is a 2-on-1 follow-up to the third command center, just 2 Hellions and a Reaper poking around. Serral is a little cautious with droning his third. I will say that, guys. Now, obviously Clem can dive in. This is actually way super safe. I would say overly safe from Serral, but then again, I've played against Clem before, and I've lost like 30 drones to the first 6 Hellions, so maybe you just need this level of defense. But for me, seeing someone queue up to 9 queens when they've only got a handful of workers on their third, that seems like it's a bit of an overcommitment to the defensive power. Like, especially against a play like this, where they've gone 3cc, there's no Banshee. You've seen this because he saw that the barracks were there with the tech lab upgrading stim. So I do think Serral's played way too cautious this opening. This to me feels like I give advantage Clem because his first Marines and Medivacs are on the way. He'll be pushing out in about 20 seconds with those. And Serral has still not finished saturating his third base. And it's 5 minutes. Now, this is not hating on Serral. He's a god of the game and he's playing a god of the game. So he's got to play respectfully because of that. But he did not adapt to the situation he's in and the situation that he is normally in. Clem very rarely commits to like 8 to 10 Hellions and diving. And in this game, he only did 2. And yet Serral has made too much safety. 9 queens and 14 Zerglings. His 4th base is going down rather late. I really liked the way Raynor recently has been getting this 4th base down even pre-5 minutes, or like 5 minutes and 5 seconds some games. And this is still a well-timed 4th for Serral compared to what he normally does, but he's finally got the 3rd saturated. It just took him a while to get there. Only 3 gases for Serral. Ooh, nice snipe for Clem. Spore Crawl is pretty well positioned. Could still go on the very far left, but this Spore just stops him kind of hopping back and forth, and especially from dropping Marines on here. So if he tries to drop Marines on that ledge, the Queens can kill the Medivacs from here, the Spore from the high ground. Serral's still equal on workers, and he's only on 3 gas. So what does 3 gas mean, guys? It means Serral is going to play mass Zergling. And he might actually do a reactive all-in. The fact that he's still building Zerglings means he's almost certainly doing it. So, Serral got spotted going across the map. That's bad for him. That's really bad for him. Because this kind of tells... Clem just saw that. It's like, what the shit? So the way Serral's build works, this is kind of the same as the style which you guys saw me invent maybe a year ago when I was really struggling with like 4GG and all these Terrans when they first figured out, maybe a year and a half ago now, when they first figured out how to play super macro Terran with like just 4 base endless biomine. And what you do is you don't go past 60 drones. And then, so basically you don't drone your 4th base until you win a fight. And this gives you enough Lingbane Queen to defend their pressure, which Terran always wants to do this pressure to clear your creep. But then you've got enough Lingbane to smash in and kill their rally. But because Clem spotted this coming, this is not going to work. Serral should have started droning once he got spotted. Clem's very smart and respectful. He's going to leave these units at the rally, and he should be able to handle it. This drop diving around, this is a small drop. And Serral's like, dude, where's your push? So Serral's waiting right now, and he's realizing, shit, he's not going to push, is he? So now he queues up 11 drones for his 4th base. But because Clem realized when he saw that many Zerglings on the map, oh, you're massing units, you want me to move out? And this has been a way to counter Clem for a long time. This is exactly what Dark liked to mix in that famous TSL series where he ended Clem's dominant streak in a matchup where he was undefeated for like 6 months. Clem had not lost a best of 3 or greater series against a Zerg in like 6 months. And Dark ended that by waiting for Clem to move out and then pouncing. And you know what? Clem's like, oh, well, I guess you're not actually coming. And he moves out, which might be a killer mistake because now, even though they had to wait so long, the Lingbane is going to get in. Oh, he's trying to kill that 4th command center. I think he's going to get it. Oh, the Baneling hit on all of those SCVs. And he's going to kill the 4th command center as well, I think. No way. 34 hit points. But he's got Lings in the main. He's got Lings in the Bane. In the natural, 20 SCVs have died. 34 hit point. Oh, he burrows. He burrows in both bases. I think Serral wants to kill that 4th so badly. The Widowmine's looking for the hits. Oh, no. Okay, good spready. Okay, not too bad. And you know what? Oh, Clem didn't realize the burrow. Big mistake for Clem. Clem pushes in on the south side. That drop gets caught. It picks up Lings in the main fighting SCVs. Lings in the natural fighting SCVs. Redropping on that base is Clem as he parades through the center of the map. He realizes that he is deep in doo-doo and he needs to make dead Zerg very quick or he's going to be dead himself. Double drop on the south side does hold a nice angle. It's a big army coming forward. The Zerglings unburrow again. More SCVs going down. This is an all-in. Clem needs to win with this army right now. Clem needs to win with this army. If he can't win with this army, he's going on a one-way trip to Dicktown because his economy has been savagely ravaged. And it's basically non-existent at this point. The Banelings, Oh, no. Clem messes up his pickup. Oh, damn. So his army's being held. He's still got a lot of Marines, but the Widow Mines and tanks are gone. Did you see the tank bugging out there, guys? That was funny. Zerglings there, unburrow once again, distracting. He's going to force another scan. One in the main goes down. He finally clears these up. That means he doesn't have a scan for the natural. Marines in the bottom right. Uh-oh, where's the reinforce? Queen's in the open. Queen's in the open. Uh-oh. Okay, a couple queens go down. Bane does arrive. But I like this play from Serral. Just waiting, you know, with that Masterling Bane and being ready to take advantage, because so often we see the Zerg just sitting back and defending all game long. And if you let a Terran dictate where and when everything happens, Terran truly does feel like a broken race in this matchup. But if you understand that the way Terran is able to macro so hard while attacking so hard is the fact that they have fucking nothing at home. Like, look at this. I had 2 Widow Mines and 4 Marines. Serral's realizing, I get a big Ling Bane run by ready. The next time you push out, I hit your natural, and you're dead. And that push needs to win the game. So, as a Zerg, if you give the Terran the option to set up on the edge of creep and chip away at you, you get really, really ineffective. But if you say, oh, you're going to move out and you fuck up their economy, suddenly the Terran is scrambling to micro 3 or 4 situations rather than 1 or 2 situations. Terran inevitably makes more mistakes. Not only do they make more mistakes, but also they're able to suddenly go, oh shit, oh man, how do I get my units in the right position? And the Terran usually ends up either going very all in with their frontal army or pulling everything home to Turtle. Whoa, goodbye. And a nice burrowed Baneling there. Serral just mixing that one in. Gets a lovely, lovely hit on those. 74 workers to 55 SCVs. Widowmine drop comes in. Not a bad little bit of damage, but it does get cleaned up, and that's just as important. You know, there's real value. Oh my god, he's so annoying. Oh, he's so annoying. Finally, Serral cleans that drop up. Meanwhile, a triple drop in the main at the same time. Oh, he's really just trying to find mistakes from Serral. He's high risk, high reward maneuvers here. He picks up. Oh, great Widowmine on the exit, but he loses a full medevac. A full medevac just went down on the exit, guys. Ling Bane rolls in. Widowmine. Oh, the split! The Baneling split there. Oh, and the Marine split as well, but he does find the mineral line. 6 SCVs go down. And meanwhile, redrop on the low ground here. Zerglings are there, though. And Clem, he knows he's too far behind the ball on that one. Serral just waiting to pounce, and he eventually gets in there, using Burrow as well to extend that. The 60 drone, reactive all in. The one where you wait for the Terran to move out. Serral takes the lead, 2-1. All right. Ah, man. A couple of rough losses in a row here, and suddenly this series looking a little bit nasty for our little M-Lemming, our little liquid Clem. I don't know what the M-Lem stands for, that clan that he's in, but I always think it's like lemming for some reason. I don't know why. But if he plays Terran and your Marines are all walking off a cliff like little lemmings, I don't even know. In the top right, representing Enter Esports, it is, of course, Serral. Serral. Now, this map's kind of tricky because I feel like Clem, as you spread across this map, when he has the left watchtower and the right watchtower, these are actually insanely powerful for modern Zerg versus Terran. So let me explain why. Basically, watchtowers on the edges, not that important. It's not the center of the map. The problem is you're actually trying to run down both sides of the map. That's what you're doing as Terran, is you're attacking the left with half your army and the right with half your army. So these watchtowers give you a lovely area. You've got the sight blocker around it to kind of just give extra vision and parade forward from. And a little bit of extra vision goes a long way for a Terran. Because remember, a lot of what Clem's doing, sometimes he'll have units idling on one side while he focuses on the other side. And that extra vision means it's very hard for Serral to sneak up on him with Banelings or Lurkers without him realizing what's going on. Now chat's telling me apparently Emblem is a lick. It's when a tongue is sticking out of a mouth. I don't understand. Is it meant to look like that? Doesn't look like a face at all. Emblem? Mlem? 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 Emblem? You make to make this sound and do the... Okay, the internet's trying to teach me weeb shit. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go back from Zoomertown to Boomer Valley over there and you're all weirdos for even knowing what that is. Get out of here, kids. You can't teach me anything. I am old and stuck in my ways. Your stupid weeb internet speak is gonna go right over my head. What can I say? I am but an airstrip for memes to fly overhead. They do not land here. It's an airstrip that is unused. I guess it's the empty field next to the airstrip. Because shit flies over my head, but it doesn't actually ever land inside. Anyways, chat says it's not a weeb thing. Yeah, Pokemon fans are telling me it's not a weeb thing. Yeah, sure. It's not a weeb thing. Pokemon is a strategic role-playing game where you capture animals and then you make them your pets and they fight so they can get powers. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Yep, does this come with your waifu pillow, or do you have to pay extra for the waifu pillow edition of your Pokemon game? Oh, internet. Oh, internet. Oh, internet. Got a Reaper pouncing, just poking around. Hasn't really found anything yet. Ooh. What is this? Just a Hellion drop into a Liberator? Or does he float? I think, or maybe a Viking? No, I think it'll be, so he's going to do a 4 Hellion drop. And guys, Serral's prioritized the left side before the right. Where's his next? So he's getting his Ring of Vision out front. Oh, I don't like Serral's Overlord positioning. Oh, he doesn't put an Overlord down here early. So Clem's realized that Serral leaves a gap there for a while. His next Overlord will come down here, which means it's not until the next Overlord starts, this one. And he's already rallying to the back. He doesn't put an Overlord down here. Serral, what are you doing leaving the path to your main base open? I think Clem studied his play and realized there's an opening here, guys. Oh, because that Overlord, I don't think it'll get a glimpse. It depends. It might if the medevac flies too close, but if the medevac hugs the side of the map, that will be a big surprise. 4 aliens going towards the main Serral. Does he see it? Oh, okay, he's got some Overlords and Zerglings there, so he already knew. Oh, because his Overlord Scout saw it. Oh, Clem with the hot drop micro to try and kill these Zerglings. Very nice. Oh my god, he actually... Okay, he won't get any drones, but still. I was like, how did Serral know? It's like, well, he flew in with his bloody Overlord, didn't he? And he saw that the starport was missing, so he knew it was proxied, you dumbass pig. Apparently lem means... Oh, it means chicken in Danish. Oh, that's interesting, Norman. Do you guys have like large breeds of chickens, of large lems in Denmark? Or smaller breeds? Curious to find out. The Hellions and the Reapers, most of them have survived, so it does work out there. We've got 8 Zerglings, 2 drones versus a Hellion. We've got Hellions and a Reaper. They're hanging out, having a good time. All right. Hellions and Reapers running around this map, having a bit of a circle. We've got 5 barracks, a factory. Starport's going to take a while to get home, so he's going to be playing medevacless for a while. So this opening, I don't know if this was worth it, honestly. Because Serral now, he gets to drone his 4th base up whenever he feels like it. He's taking a lot more gases. He's going to go... No. He's already rallied over to his 4th. So he's not going to go 6 gas. He's going to play a 4 gas style for now. Maybe Massling Bane Queen again could absolutely be the play. We've got the 5 barracks factory and the starport coming on in there. 1-1 upgrades are about equally timed. Clem's are technically a few seconds behind. Holy crap, guys! Holy crap. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing right here? Clem is building his armory ahead of time. Clem never builds his armory ahead of time. Clem has a I will make it late or right on time or later policy, usually with his armory. Where Clem is usually so active with his army, because he's only got 1 medevac to play with. That starport having to float all the way back. He's just started medevac production at 6:30. He's actually not got enough aggression going. So Clem's like, oh. You can tell he's getting antsy, so he actually made his armory ahead of time. Like 15, 20 seconds before 1-1 finishes, his armory will be ready. This is wild. Clem is the guy who almost always delays his upgrades because he's so busy being aggressive. Queen on the left. We've got Lingbane running around the map as well. Queen's having a good time. Zerglings are going to run on forward. We've got the units on the left side as well. Widowmine's going to be pumping on out. Oh, the high-risk Baneling run by is going to be going in with Baneling speed. Okay, but Clem's going to push right now. He's not going to give Serral time to get situated. Oh, I love that arc of Queens, though. Because if you push into that, your Hellbat's clump, and that's where the Banelings find the mark. Guys, Baneling speed finishes. It's not quite done. Oh, he goes in a little early. Lower the depots, run the SCVs. Does he do it? Does he do it? Does he do it? No, 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 Clem! Oh, 17 workers. He's fighting on the front. The Lingbane! The Banelings on the Marines! Oh, his Zerglings barely blocked him. Those Marines get out of there. The drop on the right does save itself, but overall, a fantastic hold for Serral. Crushes it, does so much damage. 2-2 upgrades are on the way. We've got Widowmines and Marines there having a bloody good time. And gonna have a bit of a party. We've got 2-2 upgrades on the way as well. And Zergling's gonna come on forward, see exactly what could go on. Oh, the Widowmines. Okay, the Widowmines scare him back, but Serral, he's got a macro hatch out in the center. He's gonna add his Hydra Den. His 2-2 upgrades are a bit ahead, so even though he made his armory, he forgot to start his 2-2 on time, did Clem. Clem is in a bit of a kind of hurt economic position. He's trying to rebuild it, but Widowmine gets taken out by the Banelings. Serral says, let's just avoid any chance of the big hits. Another Lingrun by going to hit that third base. Clem cannot afford to take economic damage right now. He's distracted on the right side. He does a good spready. Ling's in the third. Oh no. It's a disaster, mate. Clem taking big damage. He does push forward. Serral just pulls back. And the Zerglings even pulling back. Oh, look at that. He even burrows some Zerglings there. Just being as annoying as he can. He says, scan this as much as you want, mate. Oh, the Banelings just coming in a trickle. Trying to set off the Widowmines. All the Widowmines are deep in the red and orange yet, but none actually dying until the Queens came in. Zergling's going to take that out. Planetary trying to morph here. Clem is on the back foot right now. And look at that. The depot goes down. Does Serral micro? It looks like, no, a bit too much going on. 80 workers versus 59. Serral is not pushing his economic lead. He's focusing on army right now. And I think against Clem, always having a big enough army is a good idea. Oh! Big Widowmine hit. It hits almost every single medevac, but it also kills about 20 Zerglings. We've got a Widowmine drop on the right side. A low number of units that can have a big payoff. That's why the Widowmine drop's so good. These guys' job is to go, hey, look over here, dickhead. And because you're looking there, you're not looking there. And that's exactly what he was looking for. 13 drone kills for just 2 Widowmines. A great trade there. Meanwhile, Zergling's still burrowed over there. He's going to redrop the low ground. Clem, dude. Oh, I think he could have hung out there. I actually think he could have stayed there and fought those Queens. I think that was a little too cautious from Clem. Liberator comes in on this base as well. Even more drones going down. Ooh, Liberators and Widowmines, the comeback units of Tamarin. Oh my god, get out of there. Okay, Clem may be overextending with this drop. He's going to split those up now. He leaves these guys there. He splits those guys to go home. And he's rallying his units for another push down the left side. Clem is suddenly back in this game. I can't friggin' believe it. Seriously, what the hell? Serral was in a beautiful spot with the Baneling. Oh, round 2. Serral, you got to spread right now, bro. You got to get out of there, man. Oh. 8 drones go down. A testy pop, of course, there. That is my humble sacrifice to the great and almighty Serral and his drones dying here in droves. Does clear up 2 of those Widowmines. That one gets just basically, I don't know, I mean, defused? Is that what we should call it whenever a single Zergling splits against a Widowmine? Yet again, another defusal there. The Zergling, I mean, is it a defusal? It jumps on the grenade. It's a Zerg-style defusal. What can I say? Abathur throws away a little bit of biomass to save the greater amount. No Metamax! Oh, he can't lift up. He can't lift up. He knows he's out. He's going to die. He knows he's going to die, but he wants to take as many Zerg as he can, and he actually kills so many Banelings. That was actually an alright trade for Clem, I think. Clem is ahead about 3,000 resources in the resources lost. We've got Marines over there as well. He focuses down the Banelings. And there's still 3 Banelings left. Right now we've got Lings, Hydras, and Banes over there as well. The Widowmine's on the left side. And we've got Banelings there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Oh, no. Didn't quite go over the center. Serral did not pop it just yet. He's got 2 random Zerglings there. Okay, Serral's going to try and defend this right side. Maybe get him on the retreat. 2 Zerglings poking in here. maybe drag the Widowmine into the mineral line could actually be really effective. What would have been even more effective is actually killing that SCV. And he's rolling in just pairs of Banelings, 1 or 2 at a time to kill that base. Zergling's running in as well for the counterattack. Lots of Lingbane Hydra on the D. Hive is on the way. Serral will not get stuck on lair tech. And look at that, a burrowed Zergling says you can't land here. Didn't pass the friggin' surveyor's examination or whatever the hell it was. Widowmine's in the top left, gets 6 drones, 13 drones! Oh, winner mine drop. And look at that. His Lingbane run by gets cleared up as well. Oh, Clem will not go down without a fight. He will not go quietly into that good night. Instead, even on his deathbed, you will be like, he's like, I need to tell you something, son. They're like, what is it? What is it, Clem dad? Clem granddad? And he's like, and he just fucking lifts up the sheets and a Widowmine shoots his son in the face and fucking gives him a bloody nose. And he's like, get wrecked, dickhead, as his last words before going on to the afterlife. Honestly, Clem is a savage and his Widowmine drops are a thing of nightmares. Oh, that one in the back. Careful. Okay, one of those Widowmines killed a bunch of Zerglings. Overall, not too much damage though. Tries to drop on the high ground. He's got to be careful, mate. Big army on the left side, but 3-3 upgrades, going to be finished soon. Only 2-2 done for the Zerg. Lurkadon, Adrenal Glands, +3 Carapace, as well as +1 range upgrades, all coming in here for the Zerg player. And Clem, I feel like he's taking his foot off the accelerator just a little bit, guys. This base in the bottom right, a bit isolated. There's not many Marines here. There's burrowed Banelings still waiting for an opportunity. Ooh, Banelings would love to get in the center of this. SCVs and Widowmines. 4 Banelings for 2 Widowmines as they go flying. He scans, sees the Banelings, and those Banelings will not find that money shot they were looking for. If the Lurkers get out, this is really going to stall out, but already with 40 Banelings, 100 Zerglings, 10 Hydras on the field, I think Serral is rock solid. I don't think he's getting broken right now. We're going to go to late game. Ghost production has just started, and because Clem's maxed, he can't really build a lot of them. He's got Bank, but he's got no Widowmines on the left. The Lingbane, very frightening. He's stimming back behind his production. He's lucky that command center survived, to be honest. Trying to take a planetary over there. How many orbitals do we have? I know I'm always pointing out the orbital count, but guys, he's only got 3. 3 orbitals. He needs to turn some of these extra command centers into orbitals. He's trying to build them to prepare for that late game. But I think, honestly, he might be giving up too much momentum. He's got a trade right now. Why is he only building Marine Marauder? He should be building Ghosts. Okay, Clem's giving time to Serral. And I think Serral's building the better comp because he's adding Vipers and Lurkers, whereas Clem is only building Marines and Marauders. Finally, a Ghost queues up. He's got to trade these units out. Get rid of some of these Marauders. I think 14 Marauders might be too many. He's got 13 Medivacs as well. That's a lot of healing. Marines on the left side being a nuisance. Definitely clearing the creep could be effective. Bit of indecisiveness with that drop. Ooh. Burrowed Banelings all over this map, guys. Big push coming forward on this left side. Snipe does take down a Queen. Lurkers, one of those gets popped. Marauder! Giant Marauder run by on the right. That will clear these hatcheries so quickly. Banelings engage on the left. Clear out a few Widowmines, a few Marines. Marauder's going to run in on the right side. They could click on the hatchery, but there's not much firepower. No Widowmines. Marauders suck versus Zerglings, dude. They don't do that much damage in general. They're tanky. They're very good at absorbing Baneling hits, absorbing Zergling Hydra hits, but without a damage dealer like a Widowmine, Marine, or Ghost behind them, they're not that effective. Right side, it looks like Serral's retreating. Left side, sorry, Serral's retreating. Right side, he advances. And he does clear out that Marauder army. On the left side, he's going to go forward. Oh, friendly fire Widowmine. Oh, big parasitic bomb as well. Big parasitic bomb. He does do a good spready there. But damn, man, it looks like these fights are starting to go Serral's way a little bit. He is down 7,000 resources lost. But I think that's acceptable in this scenario. Clem, once again, having a base blocked from landing. But he's gone up that orbital count. He's getting the Iron Bank, guys. So he's got 6 orbitals right now, which is going to massively increase his ability to scan. He's still got a few command centers sitting around that aren't really being used for anything just yet. No! Oh, Serral missed it. Serral missed it. He was too busy. Oh, that would have been such a good Baneling hit. Such a good Baneling hit. Oh, shit. I love that Serral's just been mixing in these just a couple of pairs of Banelings, not overusing them. Oh, that Widowmine, instant commander promotion. Lurker gets sniped. But Serral's active in the bottom right side. Widowmine there gets a decent shot. Lurkerling Bane will deny that bottom right expansion at the very least. Maybe push in and get some orbitals. The ghosts are in the open. Oh no! The Widowmine's just shot down 2 or 3 medevacs. That's a wild turn of events right there. Lurkerling Bane pushing on the right side. I was like, oh yeah, he just picks up and leaves. But of course, I mean, the Widowmine friendly fire, when you turn and run, I always tell you guys, if you turn and run like that, sometimes it's more worthwhile unburrowing your Widowmine so they don't kill your own units. Dude. Okay, the Lurker Baneling is there. The Bio Ghost on the left. Planetary going up on that left side as well. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my! Big Widowmine here as well. I mean, if Clem gets this base up, I think he has too many bases. Serral might have taken some sick fights, but I think he's got too many bases. Like, Clem is too big to fail, guys. And honestly, I know Zergs don't like to hear it, but trickle down planetary fortress economics does work. If you just have enough planetaries all over the map, it works. I don't know how Serral can break all these bases. There's so much. As long as Clem does some pushes to punish as well, planetary will go up in the bottom right. Should be able to kill a lot of these Zerglings, but it's going to go down reasonably quickly. No building armor upgrade. Definitely noticeably lacking in this late game. You can tell that Clem is a bit of a try-hard virgin mid-game player in that he doesn't make Neosteel armor. It gives plus 2 armor. It makes planetaries almost immune to Zerglings. Doesn't help that much versus Lurkers. That planetary goes down. This is such a good push. A Packer Lingbane Lurker kills 2 bases, kills a bunch of SCVs, but Clem still secured the top left. So it doesn't even matter. He's got 68 SCVs. He's got 7 orbital command centers, which gives him basically endless scans. He can mule pretty hard. Ghost count is at 19. Can you win when they have 19 ghosts? Now, I've always felt ghosts aren't as good as having real manly warrior units like tanks and libs, and that's because I'm bad at StarCraft. Clem, though, is not bad at StarCraft, as a Widowmine gets a 29 kill Zergling shot. And the Banelings are going to roll in, but this is still a very expensive trade for Serral. If he can't actually break the base, it's not really that worth it, and he cannot. Oh, and look at the Overseer snipes on the disengage. And you know what? Clem holds on. He's got this base, which is actually undefended right now. Oh, Clem, he loses some ghosts there. He will get some snipes, but he's in red hit points. So he's got to be careful. It's snipe, and then you shift click back. Snipe, shift click back, or snipe, click back, snipe, click back. The Lurker there does burrow on that base, though. It does not have any defense. He's going to push the top left at the same time. Clem is fighting for survival in this series. Serral, of course, needs to win this game and then win a best of 3 afterwards since he lost to Clem in the upper bracket. Lots of red hit point Medevac's Parasitic Bomb. That Viper is so horny right now. It's literally holding a friggin' bee's nest in its hands, and it's going, oh, fucking hot potato. I want a hot potato. And the Medevacs were just out of range, so it wasn't able to drop it. A Parasitic Bomb in those Medevacs would be especially juicy right now. Lurker is going to go down to the Ghosts finally, and base in the bottom right, doing very well. Okay, so units lost tab. 33,000 for Serral, 24,000 for Clem. Good advantage for Clem. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Oh, big snipies. Big snipies. He loses 1 ghost for like 4 lurkers there. Space is undefended. And this was always a soft spot for Clem. Clem really needs to just take this top left base because this is where his army's focused. Oh, but it looks like, no. Oh, an accidental move forward into the lurker spines. Okay, so right now, Clem is up in supply, but Serral's got more bank, and Serral has transferred some workers to the bottom right. If he can mine that base out, that would be huge. He's denied this base. Clem still has this very healthy base. A few mineral patches there, as this is only a half base with a rich gas. I say, once again, burping into my microphone, refugee drones hiding under a pile of dirt in the top left of the map. Looks like Serral going to make the mature decision to give up this base. He's added an infestor in 1 burrow fungal boy, and he's basically like the individual pairs of burrowed banelings that are around this map. Serral is hoping to pop up fungal the ghosts as the lurkers are running in, so they can't get in the medevacs and escape, and then 1 big lurker spine volley, and he wins the game with it. Will it work? Will he pull it off? Unlikely, but he's given himself options. He's given himself that big, dangerous play to see what he can do. Whoa! We've got some big shots there on all of these units. And Ghosts, Marines, Widowmines trying to pull back. running the gauntlet. Serral just shoving in. He's going full barbarian mode. He's channeling his goddamn Nordic ancestors. He's beating his chest. He's swinging his axe. But Clem coming in with a little bit more precision. Every time Serral tries to enter, he's getting hit big. Oh, that was a huge Widow Mine. 23 kills, half of which were Banelings. And the top bases are getting eradicated. Serral there went a little bit barbarian with his attacks. You could tell he was desperate because he was losing control of those bases, and he was not that organized. That was not a charge with great finesse and precision. That was him just running at him, big haymakers swinging. And this Lurker will go down. Lurker and Zergling do end up losing that battle. Command center in the top left. These drones are going to get found when he scans and clears those creep tumors. Uh-oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Run. Oh, no, run. Clem's going to let them live for now. He's like, actually, nah. I'll just bloody kill them all. Their chunks of drone are going flying. Oh, that's brutal, man. Not that Serral really had anywhere to mine from with them anyway, but it looks like now, finally, at long last, Clem's securing that entire top left corner of the map. He's pushing the bottom right. This base has not been found by Clem otherwise. Actually, it has. I'm surprised he hasn't killed it. He's trying to push even deeper into Serral's territory. Oh, the ghosts are getting surrounded, man. Widow Mines say we don't even give a shit, though. He cloaks. He snipes. That looked like an okay fight for Serral at first, but it's always the trail end. If you don't force the Terran to completely run away, when you try to disengage, he's just got long reach on those snipes, and you just see the punished sniping Overseers, Vipers, Lurkers, anything. They're all valuable units. You might think, why bother doing it to an Overseer? An Overseer is 150 minerals and 50 gas. It's still a lot of cash. It's still the equivalent of a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings. The Lurkers come forward desperately here, but Serral's Barbarian Axe unable to find the elusive Frenchman. Clem retreats there, defends, and he does tie up the series 2-2. All right, guys, let's go. It's going to be game 5 to decide this entire series. In the bottom right, this is Team Liquid's Clem. In the bottom left, it's NC Sports' Serral. All right, we've got the Reaper on the way. SCV moving out as well. What do we got? Okay, so Blackburn is going to be a really interesting map, guys. Honestly, this is the map where Clem will 100% play mech, except he won't because he never plays mech. That is not his jam. The thing is, though, this bottom push path is always dangerous. I really don't want to see Serral take the gold. I think the gold is such a bloody trap. It's so not worth it. And I think if Serral takes that, I'll be very sad. On the other hand, if there's a map where maybe Serral plays Roach Ravager... Oh my... What? Engineering Bay block on the 3rd? Oh my god. Wow. Okay, Clem really throwing a spanner in the works early. Oh my god. Okay. He's not getting any tax just yet. Queen will defend. Inject in the main. Now, what's interesting here, though, is Serral didn't hide a drone at the 3rd, right? He's going to move out, and he's going to be like, wait, what? And the front 3rd is so shit. It's so exposed on this map. Oh, this is smart. So now Serral's like, oh, God, do I take the other 3rd base? What do I even do here, bro? Oh, they're going to take forever to kill that. And he's just like, lol, building a 3rd command center. Oh, they're doing nothing. And while they're busy, the Reaper's like, hey, Zerglings, do you want to play? Do you want to come and play? Come on, come taste my pistol. Come, look inside the barrel. Look inside the barrel of my pistol. Look inside the barrel of my pistol, Mr. Zergling. Oh, drone, you want some? You want to play too? Lol, 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 lol. Lol, 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 lol. Clem is so fucking annoying in this game. Serral, he's finally got Ling Speed. He's going to take a 3-minute 40 3rd base. That hurts. And now he's like sitting here, 2 base fully saturated, and it's like, what do? I guess you just rally drones over here and long distance mine for a little bit. But that's a bummer. And his creep is so delayed because his queens were down there. Oh, this is really bad. This is really bad. Oh, this is actually looking really hard, man. This is looking really hard for Serral. Hellion Banshee follow up here for Clem. Let's see if he can convert off this. I mean, it's not like the eBay is free. Oh! Serral's and Clem's actually supply blocked right now. Just slightly. So he was a little supply blocked because the engineering bay delays the third command center. Overlord comes in, sees it's, of course, Cloaked Banshees and the Hellions. I mean, units lost. Serral hasn't lost a unit. So hats off to Serral for having a nasty opening situation, but then handling it really well, and he's going to do the double evo. Scarlet was actually pointing this out. Last time I was casting, I think it was like... I don't know what the series was. We were casting the series a while ago, and I remember she was in the chat, and she was like, oh, I love this double evo chamber. If your third gets blocked, you've got to use your money for something, so take a quick second gas, go double upgrades, while securing the later third. What I don't like about it is then your third finishes and you still have jack all drones for it. On the other hand, that is a very quick 1-1 upgrade. So I do like this little adjustment. Banshee coming on forward. Serral's micro rather insane to not lose any units yet, guys. He's now lost that one scouting overlord. One Reaper has gone down for Clem. These players near perfection in their levels of execution. I love that Serral's breaking those rocks down. You'll see these Hellions come. Has to back off for a moment. And he's going to just, yeah. Says, go break those rocks down from the other side. No worries. Third command center on the front. Double engineering bay, as well as the second and third barracks up. Fourth and fifth barracks ready. You can see the factory just being used as an add-on builder. He'll swap that barracks on there. Starport will lift off and build its own reactor elsewhere. And he's going to put down a second factory there. Oh, he's going to go tanks. Makes sense, actually. This map has great tank push paths, so he wants to make use of that. No, Serral, don't do it. Oh, it's shiny. I know it's shiny. Didn't you watch Aladdin? No! You're not meant to touch the glittery, shiny things in the Cave of Wonders, mate. Don't do it. Don't do it. Greed is not good. It can work. It can work. Obviously, it's not just bad. I'm like, oh, it's such an exposed position. Ooh. Ooh, the Hellions and the Banshees. Oh, good stack. Clem, he's still only lost 2 Hellions and his Banshees just doing bloody circles around these bases, looking for exposed drones everywhere they can. Does take a fair bit of damage. Gets another drone. No, and another. Leave! Serral's screeching right now. Leave, dirty Terran player. He's like, okay, it's okay, we'll catch the rotation. No, you won't. He's just going to sit in the dead space, man. Speaking of which, what is this? What is this thing that's being mined or repaired? Is that a spaceship? Bloody weird looking. Banshees. Oh, man, bringing up to 17 drones. And, well, there goes that perfect early game. Second factory on the front. Marines, tanks, medevacs powering on out. He's got his armory on the way. Yet another rather early armory. I think Clem... He's heard people complaining about it. And you know what, guys? Clem here, an amazing positional opening. Engineering bay block, lots of drones. He's getting in his momentum, and that's why we've got that Brood War soundtrack kicking in. I can sense it. Even the music of choice here is fitting the situation. Zerglings go for a tank, unable to find it. And these slow zones, these are what I call cuck circles. So why is it called a cuck circle? It's because if you go in there, literally the Terran is going to bang your army in front of you and make you watch. As the Zerg with the melee units, if you've got the shorter range units, you do not want to get stuck there. Oh, look at that tank position. So brutal, man. The Hellbat's guarding it. He's going to elevate the Marines on in there and do exactly what he can. We've got Marines having a bloody good time. They're going to stim inside the main 2-2 upgrades. Plus 2 weapons on the way. Oh, come on, baby. Gets the Spore. Trying to redrop the Queens, though. Going to make it very hard to work this angle. This is an annoying position, but this is not a game-winning position. It's just an annoyance. Bunch of Marines get surrounded. Tank still being a big old nuisance there, working out that Queen energy. Gold base is mining fully, guys. Serral's work account's kind of shit. 66 drones. You take into account the gold base, though, and it's actually totally fine. He's got a little Ling run by there. Sees a big army coming north. He's got a bit of creep out here. Doesn't have many Banelings, though. Ooh, he's got a few more Banelings coming from the left. He's going to think about going for it, but it's a bait. Clem with a big spready. The Widowmine does get defused, though. Oh, Serral with a pretty good fight. But a lot of Banelings blowing up on a tank and a Widowmine. A lot of Marines surviving to fight another day. And here we go. Look at that. The tank is going to blast some of those Queens. And he's trying to use the Medevac's for vision. But that tank does go down. Army in the top, looking forward to pressing forward as well. Lingbane is still there. Got to be careful, Clem. Serral has not been able to get a 5th base up, though, and he's not really able to remove these pressures or put the hurt back on Clem. Clem's 4th, slowly erecting itself in the top right. That 4th base up against a 4-base Zerg, a good sign. Ooh, good Baneling hits, though, for Serral. Queen still defending down here, but Clem just poking in and out. Constantly threatening. You never know when he's going to strike. It's constant feinting with Clem that makes him so hard to play against. Ooh, okay, Marines. Hellbat's in the choke. No! Serral, don't fight there, bro. Oof, those Hellbats got some really big bursts off. A lot of Zerglings went down. Marines there. Banshee will come back. Hydras, though. We'll shut that one down. Oh, Mrs. Banshee somehow gets out of there. Ooh, it's a lot of Zerg. Couple of Widowmines burrow, but don't get to fire. Overseers are in the open. Baneling's coming on forward. Another Widowmine goes down without getting to fire. This is such a heavy Hydra force. Oh, the Widowmine friendly fire there. Youchies. And another one hitting a medevac. The Widowmine's doing more friendly fire than they are to the enemy. Right now, the units lost tab surprisingly close. But remember, I've talked about this a lot in the past. Hydras are very, very weak when they're just fighting Marines on their own. But the Widowmines aren't able to fire. Dude, Serral is just wiping him. Ling's in the mineral line. Serral looking for that 3-2. He's going to force another best of 3, guys. He clears out that base. He does take a Widowmine there, but he defuses it with a single Zergling. Hydra Bane coming on forward. Now, obviously, the Banelings on their own, not that good. Clem here starting to get a bit of value out of these Marines, and a great Widowmine hit on the Hydras. Serral should retreat now, as the Hydras, like we said, on their own, not good versus the Marines. He goes into the Marines there, loses a few Hydras. Remember, these are +0 Hydras versus +2 armor Marines. The upgrade's not looking good for Serral. He's going to try and swamp him. He's already lost a lot of his Hydras. He's got no more Banelings here. Serral trying to look for the victory. Is it an overextension or is it a game-winning move? It looks like a game-winning move, to be honest. But Clem falls back to his ramp, and Serral needs to waddle home. He doesn't have an Overseer. Oh, no! He doesn't have an Overseer. The Widowmines are actually going to kill a lot of these Hydras on the way out as they try to leave. And Serral, he's only on 64 drones still. He may have overextended. Oh no, just killing the workers on the 3rd wasn't enough. The reason he pushed so hard, guys, is he does not have a 5th base up. He's taken one here. It's 1 square off the proper position. It's over to the right a little bit. And he's on a bad worker count. +3 attack on the way. That's going to give a great upgrade advantage to Clem. Remember, Clem's floating a 5th over to his own gold base. Zergling's running in. Sensor tower will go down, but no, maybe not. Look at that. Instant Drilly Boy repair. Widowmine drop on the north. The bane of Serral's existence. I really thought Serral was about to break Clem there. It was so bloody close. But as Clem holds, he sees, oh, you've only just saturated your 5th. Widowmine drop comes in. Quick drone pull, very well reacted by Serral. He's sending Zerglings in the top. 2 Marines, though, do beat 2 Zerglings, believe it or not. How many Widowmines we got? 14 Widowmines on this map. Oh, it's a bloody minefield. Those Hydras are going to need to work overtime to clear this shit out. Zerglings defusing a couple of the Widowmines to start. Watch out, there's still some big booms to come. Oh, Serral goes for a bit of a YOLO. Does clear up the front of the Widowmine field. Is that enough, though? Zerglings coming in, going to try and deny this, but the Planetary gets up just in time. And you know what they say? The early Planetary gets the Zergling. And this one does clean up 5 of those. Nice start to that Planetary's existence. 5 more drones on the way as the Widowmine drop. Ah! Duh! 8 drones going down on the gold. Serral is down 13 workers. He's trying to fight, but these Widowmines are making it hard for him to roam around this map. And a counter drop. 3 medevacs filled with Marines. 24 Marines, 2 Widowmines. I like the Hydras behind the mineral line. He's going to be annoying. Gets a medevac there. Could get another medevac, but he's got to get out. He's trying to hide those Hydras. Lings should clean up this in the main. Watch out for the Widowmines. Oh, he actually dragged the Zerglings to the corner away from the main part of his pack. Great micro by Serral to minimize the impact of this. That gold base, though, is under threat, and he's got to abandon ship there. Oh, no. Oh, he misclicked. He tried to click on the hatchery, but he accidentally clicked on a drone that was still mining. So they ran straight back into the units, and the Queen's getting slaughtered one at a time. An entire line of Queens, one by one, they fall. Oh, no, like pawns getting knocked over one at a time. And Serral there, everything went wrong. He was already under the gun, far behind in an action-packed Game 5. But dude, he was so close to breaking Clem. with his push, but the way Clem just pulled all the way back into his natural, up his ramp, fantastic Widowmine defense, and fantastic play from both sides overall. GG, well played. Clem wins Home Story Cup in that first series of the Grand Finals with the 3-2 victory. Well bloody played, mate. GG's.